You know our boy Miles Estrada. Check his channel out if you got the time. He gave me an idea for a story time, and I said, well, fuck it. I think we should go down that route. And down that route we go.
I just burped.
Yeah, it's the best soundtrack. Fucking burps and Charleston Chew grating against the table.
It's still here.
It's never going to get eaten. Yeah, man. He told a story about, his endeavors in love. And we've kind of touched on that in the past, mainly our failures with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured I'd regale you with a tale about something that, it wasn't a failure. I mean, I guess it was ultimately, but it wasn't one of those that I regretted. It was just one of those that it started like something that was going to be cool, and then it ended in complete chaos. You know what I'm saying? And this is not even the most chaotic tale. The most chaotic tale was my last one.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell that one because I actually care about that person.
And a little hat.
And the little hat. This is about one of my relationships that I started in high school and ended when I got out of high school. That just went down the crapper. So, it's a tale not of woe, but of disaster, if you will.
Whoa.
And really, I should have known because it started on a foundation of disaster. You see, I was good pals with a bunch of guys that were really cool chums. I knew them since junior high. We kind of grew up together in a lot of senses. We had a lot of the same tastes. We were tight. It was me and the boys. You know what I'm saying? One of them is still a good friend of ours, Senor Spielbergo, who often makes an appearance here and there, or not often, but every now and then makes an appearance when he comes by from the Lando Hollywood.
Made us watch TCM4.
Yeah, that was a thing he did. The point is, I was tight with these guys, and we were really, really good friends. And like I said, the foundation for this relationship started in a bad place, and it's because this girl, who we're gonna call, what do we call her?
Ronald.
We'll call her Ronald. That's very adequate, and it'll make sense later.
Yeah.
Ronald, you see, no, that sounds like it's. Let's say Ronnie, just so it sounds at least a little bit female. You see, Ronnie was the girlfriend of one of these friends of mine, and this guy I got along with exceptionally well. He and I would spend a lot of time together. And it's not that my dick got the better of me. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't one of those situations where I was like, dude, fuck my friend. I'm going to fucking dick this hoe down.
This is your dick, by the way.
That was not my dick.
Visual aid.
No, it was horribly small in comparison to that. But the point is...
This is your dick, by the way.
Fucking Charleston Chew, man. Anyway, the point is, it wasn't my hormones are speaking for me situation. It was really it was something like out of a fucking lame-ass movie, dude. This guy goes off to college. He was a year ahead of me. And he goes off to college, and her prom is coming up, as is mine, but I wasn't going to go. Fuck that shit. Anyway, and he tells me, hey, man, Ronnie's going to be by herself. Why don't you take her to prom for me? Already, this is a setup for disaster.
Yep.
But see, I thought I was a virtuous dude. I was like, hell yeah, man, I'll do that for you. You're my homeboy. So I tell her, hey, my bud wants me to take you to your prom. Is that cool with you? And she was like, yeah, cool. And this was months ahead before the prom happened. And it was like somebody secretly lit a fire the moment that happened, It went from we were friends, she and I were friends, to all of a sudden there was a lot more in the air, Suggestions of this or that, a lot more closeness. Sneaked looks, maybe a little lingering touch.
Maybe a little ding-a-ling, moving a little.
Yeah, definitely some ding-a-ling movage here and there. But one day, she used to do this thing where she would perch up on this wall that we used to hang around a lot. And I was, kind of leaning up against the wall. She was perched right next to me. And I kind of threw my hand over the wall like that to kind of anchor myself down, thinking I was cool looking or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she just kind of slipped her hand back there and held onto my hand.
Oh!
And I was like, whoa, what is this right here? And that's at that moment, that's when the conflicting emotions and maybe, yes, a little hormone action kicked in where I was like, what is this? And now I'm thinking both sides of the fucking coin here. I can't betray my friend, but at the same time...
Ding-a-ling.
Well, again, there was a minor factor here. But yes, ding-a-ling was a part of it. But at the same time, I was like, I really like this chick. We get along pretty good. things up to this point have been definitely leading to something. But again, the betrayal factor, you know? I'm conflicted, confused, if you will. So whatever. Long story short, prom rolls around. I set it up so we go pick her up. Me and a friend go pick her and her friend up. So it's a double date, so it should be, or double date, quote unquote. So it should be safe. I'm always in front of someone. There's no hanky-panky potentially to happen in front of someone, right?
Hanky-panky?
Yeah,
You're
knocking
85?
boots. Knocking boots. What the fuck, man? What else am I going to call it? Fucking? Anyway.
Yes!
The point is, there's going to be no, tug and pull going on in front of someone.
That's worse.
The old in, out, in, out. So yeah, man, we go to prom. It's not that I was trying to be an edgelord. It's that I genuinely didn't like social functions. I still don't. Of that caliber, of that type, of that ilk. It just wasn't my thing, man. It still isn't. I don't even like to go to parties, nothing like that. I don't like to go to clubs, nothing like that. It's not my shit. So we go, man. I'm dressed up in my shitty ass clothes at Lick. She was like a little goth queen type of thing, you know. She had the big fucking dresses and the lace and the little leather in there and the lots of straps and the how the fuck do you fuck when you fuck type of thing, because there's so many damn, layers to it. Kind of vibe to her. So yeah, man, she looked good, and my dingaling did admit that. Mm-hmm. We took the little prom picture,
Dingaling was up in that pic.
It was not. It was definitely turtling inside of me. But anyway, we do the thing, we do the prom. It's boring as fuck. She wants to dance. I don't. So, I'm like, go dance with your friend or something. Or, I'm doing that to throw, like some spikes in front of the wheels of my dingaling. I'm trying to stop.
That's just like adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, really, I'm prohibiting myself, so I'm making it more of a thing that I should do. But I'm trying, Here's the thing. She hated the chick that I used to go out with before her.
Ooh.
And that chick is right there in the prom, too.
Shit!
So when this chick comes over to say hi, which really means check me out and my new boyfriend.
Check out my butt.
This chick, Ronnie, decides, well, I can show her up. And you can show her up too. So all of a sudden it goes, and me, I'm kind of on that, I'm on that fucking course too. Like, shit, yeah, man, we can show this bitch up too.
Let's start crumping.
So yeah, we start crumping for sure, and clown crumping. Yeah. So that's the thing. But anyway, yeah, little dance, a little grope. Next thing you know, we go outside the prom place. They even tell us if once you go outside, you can't come back in, and we're like, fuck it, sucks in there anyway. And we're macking in the fucking parking lot. And I'm like, oh shit, this is the point of no return. I gotta stop this. So I stop it. And I'm like, yo, shit, man, we gotta think about, my friend, aka your boyfriend. And she's like, yeah, you're right. Whew. Saved, right? Well, the people that we were with come out and they're like, where'd you guys go? Now we can't go back in. And they're like, and we're like, yeah, well, it sucks. Let's go watch a movie. First of all, guess which movie we went and saw?
Dinosaur.
No. Worse, Mummy Returns.
Ah, boo!
And it sucked fucking ass, of course. So we're sitting there bored out of our minds because that movie's terrible. And while we're watching it, since the movie is terrible, you know me. Ain't nobody gonna be hitting on me while a fucking movie's going on. Yeah. Fuck you. Keep your shit over there. Let the movie finish. Then we can do something.
You seriously sat through Venom.
Yes. Yes, don't fuck with my movies when I'm watching with them. Even if they suck, I want to see them to completion. But this one sucks so bad that I didn't care. Well, this chick starts doing the little running the boot up the leg thing, and I'm game.
I just want to say I know how she used to dress. Mm-hmm. That boot must have sliced your leg. Those babies were spiky.
It was a tall ass boot, yeah, spiky. But my dingaling didn't give a damn at that point.
Your leg was torn to shreds, but your dingaling.
And again, the pain of eviscerated flesh was better than watching the Mummy Return.
That's a great point.
So yeah, man, she runs the old leg up the hoof of mine, and next thing you know, we're macking it again. On the way home, we're macking it. The friends we're with, who were also friends with her boyfriend, are like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on back there? And yes, we're in the back seat, so it's even worse. Next day, I'm like, what the fuck, man? You know when you do something, you sleep on it, and the next day you wake up and you're like, that didn't happen, did it? Mm-hmm. That fucking feeling. I'm like, what? No way. So I hit her up and I said, look, man, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to decide what the fuck. Either we ignore this completely or we go for it, because this is emotionally conflicting. P.S. Penis confliction is also an issue. We're going to have to figure something out. And she's like, well, okay, well, I mean, we can't do that anymore because of, you know, who? The mutual friend, a.k.a. her boyfriend. And I'm like, all right. But at the same time, I'm like, man, my little dingling, though, needs a little finisher here.
A little stroke.
So that, you know, and again, I did like the chick, you know. She was cool. So I was like, man, maybe I should push for it. And like an idiot, I picked the chick over the dick. That sounds gay.
That's super gay.
But you know what I mean. Bros over hoes.
Yeah, you could have gone with bros over hoes instead of the chick be over the dick.
Bros over hoes all the time, and that's what I should have done, but I didn't. I aimed for the girl, and I said, look, man, we can just break it to him soft and hope for the best. Make something go here. And she was game for it, so, I mean, it's not 100% my fault, but I could have stopped it for sure.
Fling over ding.
No, that's not going to hit.
Nope.
I'd rather say chick over dick than that. But anyway, the point is, we went for it, man. You know, it took a little back and forth. There was some issues at first, like, fuck, maybe we shouldn't do this. Some backing out, some guilty conscience. But eventually we just went for it. Now I was embroiled with this chick. Now we had to tell my friend, aka her boyfriend, and that was an issue. Here's the thing: he had another friend that was really close to him, and he is the one that we try to keep it from our relationship from. He was always around us though, and eventually he figured it out. And he told the guy before we could tell him. Not that it would have been any better if we told him.
Nope.
But he told him in the fucked up fashion. You know what I'm saying? So
like these boys be stroking things.
Yeah.
Again, very gay sounding.
Yeah, that's disgusting. But anyway, the point is, he told them in the most fucked up way possible. Stirred the pot even more than we had already done it. Next thing you know, I'm getting menacing calls from a state over from this guy. What the fuck? What are you doing? This and this and that. And I'm like, dude, it just happened. You know, what can I say? You know, all the by the numbers excuses that I could think of. He actually came down for his little vacation from college. And he showed up. Oh, man, I remember I was still living at grandma's place. And he showed up. She let him in because, you know, she was just like, it's his friend. She let him in. He comes into the little room there with a fucking sword underneath his coat. Now I know what you're thinking. What kind of weebs are these guys?
Yeah, you got a trench coat. Yeah. Sword under his trench coat.
Yeah.
Paint the picture fully here.
Yeah, this is not some fucking anime weeb bullshit where they're fighting with fake ass swords. No, this dude, he had a very militaristic bent. First of all, you know, he was obsessed with all that shit. And yeah, this is a guy that you could confuse for a trench coat mafia kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Always dressed in black with a military pants and the fucking boots and all that shit. And yeah, he had a sword. And I'm not talking some bullshit sword. This is a fucking sharp ass fucking sword, a katana style sword. And that's just because he collected that shit. You know? He shows up with that shit, menaces, says that he should cut me in every which way impossible, every way possible. You know, slashes to some of the shit on my that I have on display, and then marches away all angrily and shit. And I'm like, man, that was a fucking thing that happened. So anyway, long story short, this guy shunned me for the longest time, refused to talk to me, and you know, for all the right reasons. But I continued with this relationship. It lasted about two and a half years. And you know, at first it was cool. You know, it was pretty cool. Here's some things I noticed about her though.
Names.
One, yeah, she was this gothy style chick, but it was to the point where it was almost preposterous. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, there's a point where you gotta be real, you know?
Human.
You gotta be human. No person is this way 100% of the time. Not even these furry fucks are furry suited all the time. You gotta take a shower. You gotta take a dump. You gotta bone. Well, the boning was no issue, but the point is,
although I do feel like some of them probably shower and take dumps in their suits.
Well, we're not talking about furries. They're clearly disgusting. We're talking about this chick who, you know, she always put up the facade of who she was. But here's the thing. Really, psychologically, she was super weak. You know what I'm saying? She had a lot of issues. She was real touchy. You know, you couldn't say anything that she would perceive as wrong to her, because then it was melodrama. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking Lord's second and greatest album. I'm talking garbage. Putting up with this fucking bitch. Like, dude, are you seriously crying because I laughed that you spit out? You did a spit take with some blue soda? It was funny, damn it.
What did you have to...
That was just an example. You know,
blue soda?
I was around her parents a lot. More on that later. But I was around her parents a lot. And she got a soda. She drank it. Her mom made her laugh. She did a spit take type of thing. And it was funny. So I laughed. And it wasn't like, ha, 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 you know. It was just like, huh, that's a spit take. I've never seen that in real life. And she was like fucking glowering the whole fucking time. Like, you know, I hate you because you... Like, even her mom, who you know was an irrational person, was like, chill the fuck out, man. That shit is hilarious.
It's blue soda.
Anyway.
Maybe if it was red one.
She was overly melodramatic. You know, drama queen in a lot of ways. But for the most part, she was all right. You know what I'm saying? She was all right. Here's the thing. As aforementioned, her family was very hillbilly. That's right, a hillbilly family somehow produced a goth-ass chick. And they were very protective. Which meant that for about the first year, our dates had to be in the house with her family. In fact, when I went and asked her, I asked them if I could court their daughter, because I had to do that. Yes, I had to do that. I had a weapon shoved in my face and said...
Was it a katana sword?
It was not. No, it was a fucking... It was a 12-gauge shotgun shoved in my face by her dad, who was just her stepdad, by the way. And, not, I mean, I guess he cared for her, so kudos to him. But anyway, shoved it in my old fucking noggin and said, if anything goes awry, if your little dingling travels to where it shouldn't, I'm going to pull this little trigger. And it's going to be fun for me and shit for you. And I was like, whoop. This is a thing I got into.
Yep.
You know, but I was determined. You know, like I said, I liked her at the time. So I was like, nah, man, I'm cool. Had my little Garth Brooks shirt on. I'm sure that made an impression. You know what I'm saying?
It was before Gunslingers. So stuff was still good.
So, yeah, man. And look, let me tell you something about me. With the exception of my last relationship, I always win over the parents. They never think that I'm cool, but I win them over. I win them over so good that the chick starts to hate me because I'm better with them than I am with her. But anyway, the point is I won them over, and they were real crazy people. There was a point where we went to meet her grandparents, and they were racist-ass people, dude. These were white folk. I'm not insinuating that all white folk are racist. I'm just saying that her grandparents hated Mexicans and black folk, and I just happened to be Mexican. The thing is, I could sometimes in some circles pass as white, you know? So it took them a while to figure out that I was Mexican.
Yeah.
And when they did, they were like, what's this little guy doing at our BBQ? And there was a little drama there, too.
Once they found out that your brother was black, they were like, hey, that's why I wear the mask.
It was that big stanky booty. They were like, it's got to be black, right?
I was doing a little crump.
But yeah, man, point is, the thing is here, man, the payoff in the end was there was a lot of ass going on. You know what I'm saying? Despite how much they were watching us like hawks, there was plenty of dick sucking going on from me. No, there was plenty of dick sucking going on.
And Miss Ronald, after all.
Plenty of fucking action here and there. You know, we'd find ways. You know, young people find ways. You know, I'm sure all you been teenagers or are teenagers at one point, or are teenagers now, I should say. The point is, when you're young and you're hormonal, you find a fucking way, and we did. And so that was kind of the payoff. I can put up with all this dumbass shit for this. And that was the problem, really. It went from something from me giving a shit about her to me being more like, well, when's the payoff here? Because, boo! The rest of this kind of sucks. I do give her credit for one thing. I mean, several other things, but here's the big one for me. I used to be an extreme germaphobe, dude. Like, almost to OCD levels. Like, I would always be washing my hands. I was OCD about arranging things. I didn't like people to touch anything. You know, I mean, you experienced still parts of that. I didn't like to touch something I was unfamiliar with. But because she had dogs in the house, and I'm not talking cute little dogs like we do.
Talking humongous,
beasts.
Yeah.
I'm talking fucking...
Like Beethoven's.
Yeah, I'm talking the beast of Gévaudan size shit. Walking around this house.
I wish I knew what that reference was for.
The paranormal guys will get it. But anyway,
all right.
The point is, there was a big lurking, honking beasts pawing around the house, and they would jump on you trying to be all cute like little dogs. And I mean, what are you going to do, you know? Fight them? What am I, a sailor? No. So eventually,
what are you, Russell Crowe?
I just got to petting them, and then I was like, all right, this is cool, you know? I don't have to wash my hands every second now because the dogs are all over the place anyway. The house fucking stinks. Her parents would always smoke, so it reeked like smoke. Her brother showered never, so it stunk like feet. You know, so I was like, fuck it, man, I'm in this now. So, yeah, I got rid of my overly intense obsession with cleanliness, especially with my hands. So, thanks,
I guess,
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. This is not a thing I thank her for. This is just a thing that stood out, and it was kind of one of the punches to the gut that made me start to slowly destroy it from the inside. And that was, look, I'm just going to be straight up. She gave me a BJ for my birthday once, right? And you know, if you live in real life, BJs are a big thing, you know what I'm saying? It's not porno, you know? If you get a chick that gives you BJs all the time, you're in heaven. I've been there. It's awesome. But if you're normal, most girls are like kind of reticent.
They're like, yeah,
if not about that, about something else.
Taste your ding.
Yeah. And by something else, I mean anal. You know, it's one of the two they're reticent about. So count your lucky stars you're get a chick that's that way and is cool. Well, this chick wasn't that cool, but she gave me that BJ. So, I mean, you got to give back, you know? If you expect something like that again, you got to give back. So I decided I'm going to go down on this chick. I'm willing to do that. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But here's the problem. Old Ronnie lived up to her nickname that we gave her because, dude, that bush was straight up Ronald McDonald. Here's the thing. She's a redhead, okay?
Uh-huh.
And, you know...
I would hope so.
Dude, you saw the original color of her hair, the red hair. It was like a dark red, okay? Let me tell you, the carpets did not match the drapes. That shit down there was straight up, you know...
Neon?
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Joel Schumacher lit that bush. You know what I'm saying? Dude,
that's a set dressing for Batman Forever.
Dude, it was dark when I first went down on her. It was dark.
See the bush?
It was dark, dude. It was outside. It was dark. I pulled them little loons down, you know? First of all, that bush popped out. You know what I'm saying? That shit was never shaved. Never.
So it looked like Ronald's hair?
Yeah. And now before you say, hey, you long-hair-ridden beast, when the fuck do you shave your nuts? I shave my nuts, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't some fucking Japanese nut fringe I got down there. You know what I'm saying? I got. At least I can trim my nuts.
Oh,
this
man.
chick, straight up fro down there. You know what I'm saying? And it's neon red. I'm like, how the fuck did she color this shit? Because fuck. It was insanely red. But here's the kicker, dude. And this is what I didn't tell you. I hinted at it a little. But here's what I didn't tell you about this chick. Ronnie would only shower once a week. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like straight up. She would shower once a week. Now, with chicks, it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Chicks can somehow get away with it. Yeah. But here's the thing, dude. If you're not showering your junk, chick or guy, eventually some sort of bacterial shit's gonna start happening down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it didn't look dirty, nothing like that, but there was a musk going on down there. And that was just the hair. Once I got into the folds, dude, I couldn't do it. And dude, you gotta give me credit. You gotta give me a fucking Purple Heart for trying.
I'll give you a Charleston too.
That's what I wanted. Fucking garbage. You gotta give me credit, man. I soldiered on. I tried my ass off. I was down there, you know. And dude, one lick or two, and I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm going back in there. And she was like, what's wrong? And you know when they know what's up, that little tone in their voice. They know what's up, and they want you to say it, but there's no saving you once you say it, because once you say it, you're fucked.
You're already
you're already kind of fucked.
Ooh.
And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just having a little trouble here. I couldn't even come up with a good excuse. And I go down. Then to make it worse, dude, her massive fucking Black Panther fro, a fucking hair got on my tongue, and it was like, dude, it was tickling my little, the little dinglings back there, It was tickling them shits. So it made the kind of a gagging even more pronounced. So now I'm going down there, and not even like a tongue's not even on there yet. Smell plus this little thing tickling my shit, tickling my ivories down there. I'm like, I'm fucking straight up Joey from Joey's World Tour,
Oh my god, you Joey Super Cool food reviews. I'm back.
And next he's gonna review Charleston Chew. But the point is, dude, I just gagged, and I could not do it, dude. So that was a big fucking punch to the nuts, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, we still fooled around and all that jazz, but when she would say, hey, go down, I'm like, damn. So you know what I said? All right, well, if you're going to demand it, I'm going to demand it too. So I would start demanding it too. Well, not in an asshole way, but I'd be like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And I did it so much that she kind of got annoyed with it, you know what I'm saying? But at this point, I was in kamikaze mode.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the most BJs I can before the shit implodes, was my reasoning at that point. Then on top of that, she started getting really fucking annoyed. You know when you start noticing little quirks about people that just fucking frustrate the shit out of you? And I just didn't... I liked the chick. She was cool as a friend, but I didn't love her. So those quirks became extremely annoying. I couldn't put up with them anymore. So I started self-destructing left and fucking right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, any chance that I got.
You're speaking my last person I knew.
Yeah.
Here.
I'm just like...
Except no pubes.
I'm being overly critical. I'm being an asshole. I'm pretending to be jealous. She had a gay friend. And I'm like, who's that dude? I knew he was gay as hell. And even if it wasn't gay, I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, I make a big deal. She'd be like, "Oh, damn it, he's gay," and might turn him. You know what I'm saying? Like just pushing the envelope as far as I can. I do feel like an ass about one of them. Though one day we were in the mall. Coincidentally, this was the day that it broke the camel's back. This day, but right before the defining moment of her giving up, I tell you, in retrospect, especially. I feel kind of fucked up because I was an ass. And she clearly felt that we were fighting too much. You know, and even I was getting annoyed of the fact that we were fighting too much and it wasn't working. She wasn't breaking up with me. And I had no balls to break up with her. So I was a coward too. Anyway, she clearly felt that way and she was trying to do something to be apologetic. And I remember she bought me a poster. I can't remember what it was, dude, but it was a poster I wanted. I remember that. And she came up to me and she had this kind of sad puppy-eyed dog look on her face, you know. Gives it to me and I'm like, oh man, that's kind of sweet actually. You know what I'm saying? And I made my mind up that fucking moment. I still had no balls to break up with her, but I'm like, I'm not gonna treat her like shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna let it peter out and eventually she'll be like, nah, I better move on and then we'll be cool as friends. But I made my mind up then. I'm just going to stop. Again, I wasn't being a fucking brazen asshole, but I felt like an asshole at that moment. And we walked out, and I was like, man, thanks for that. That's really cool, you know. We ate a little something. We're walking out of the mall, and a friend that we both mutually knew from school, this was right after I had graduated from school, from high school, was working at one of those little setup shops in the middle, you know. Those, what are they called?
Kiosks.
Kiosks, yeah. She was working there, and we both knew her. We were both good friends with her, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she was like, hey, what's going on? That chick was best friends with the chick that I used to go out with, and that this chick, Ronnie, hated. Remember I told you about her? That, you know, we made a big scene in the prom just to get her jealous. That chick was best friends with that chick. Well, let's call her February. So this chick says, "Hey, February is in town," and she asked how you were, me specifically, and I can already tell that Ronnie is not pleased with that. Again, they hated each other, and I was like, "Oh yeah," and I'm not even thinking about it, dude. This the one time I wasn't self-destructive. I was just like, "Oh, that's cool," you know, person I knew once, and to me that chick had just been like, whatever, I'm over it, you know, at that point, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," acknowledging it like a fool. And she's like, yeah, she just wanted to say sorry for all she did to fuck with you guys. Because she did a lot of shit to throw shade at Ronnie and me. A lot of shit. It was an incident. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, she says she wants to apologize. And I'm like, cool. Tell her to call me. I mean.
Oh, man.
And yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad.
In the background, I pop in and go, woof.
Yeah, and as we walk away, Ronnie's like, "What was that?" And I was like, "That's cool, isn't it?" That she, I'm like an idiot, dude. And she's like, "No, she's just gonna try something else." And I'm like, "No, I think it's genuine, man." And by the way, it was genuine. February did genuinely apologize, but still, I'm an idiot, not realizing what I'm doing. You know, even though that's what I've been trying to do the whole time, and. Dude, she like fucking stonewalled me. And I was like, oh fuck, I think I stepped in it. Here's the capper. It was already bad right there, right? As we're leaving the mall, like the premises of the mall, there's this group of black guys. And I don't know, man, I don't know if you guys know this, but when a bunch of young strapping chaps.
Yeah, strapping young
then
lads.
This is especially true in the Latino and black cultures. When they're all together, they can be, you know, very brazen with women. You know what I'm saying? You know, Latinos are known for it. Black folk are known for it, you know.
They be yelling out, "Hey, I want to lick
mama,
that stinky ass
what's up
puss."
with that? Yeah, what's up with that tang that tastes like it's like fucking like legitimate orange tang? Cause that shit's sour.
Tastes like the Tang monkey.
So these guys were, you know, shooting her little sayings, you know, nothing nasty, nothing like that. They were just like, "Hey, mama," oh, not mama, they weren't Latino, but you know, they were like, "Hey, babe, what's up?" This and this and that. Me, I'm like, all right, man. They think the chick I'm with is pretty hot.
God,
that's cool. And she's like, "Well, aren't you gonna say anything?" And I'm like, "Nah." Always trying to make sense out of things. By the way, I'm like, "Nah, man. I mean, take it as a compliment. They think you're beautiful." Oof. And she was that. I mean, silence all the way home. Anyway, get home. You know, she's dropped off. Whatever. I'm at home. She calls me. Oof. Okay, and she's like, "Get online," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Because we would always talk on the phone, never online. All right, get online. Breaks up with me online.
God damn!
I was like, "What the fuck? This is the worst." And here's the irony of it all. I felt fucking horrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Fuck, this sucks, man. I got broken up with
online.
Online of all things."
It's like worse than this was like what, the early 2000s?
Yeah, it was like 2002 around then.
That's worse than like by text.
Oh yeah,
it's like, hey, you gotta log in, you gotta put some effort to get online back in the day. You gotta get that AOL like
yeah, man.
And then you're like,
so
50 hours later you get the message back.
It was pretty crazy, man. There's a lot of shit that happened between her and I. Maybe we'll do more tales about that. But yeah, man. But ultimately it was good because I didn't love her. But you know, it still fucking hurt. It fucked with me, man. Mentally, it fucked with me because it was unexpected, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Despite me laying plans to end this fucking garbage forever, it came out of nowhere. So yeah, that's the story of this horrible mishap with Ronnie, aka that fucking Bush dough. Anyway, I did save myself from a bullet because, you know, she was a relatively pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? Especially for someone like me. You know, this is the thing with me, dude. I've had some pretty good luck with women. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to looks, you know, not all of them have been champions personality-wise, and you can attest to this. You know, they ain't bad looking. You know, what I'm
considering that you look like the Blob from X-Men. Yeah, it's pretty good to get a.
Here's proof that it's proof that a fat man can pull some nice looking chicks, and you know when I was really lucky, I would get some nice looking chicks that were also pretty cool people, you know. But this wasn't one of those incidents. She was just kind of, you know, she used to remind me a lot of like Shirley Manson, only short back in the day. Here's the thing. I dodged a bullet. I saved myself from hell because she's still kind of the same. Very melodramatic, very edgy, you know, likes things just because people don't like them. That type of shit. And she did balloon up. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the chubsters are bad. You know, like our boy Miles, chubby chaser at times. But here's the thing. She didn't balloon up in a pleasant way. It was kind of like, boop. What is that thing?
Eating too many of them Charlestons.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a little story there for you. Tell us what you think about that. Hit like, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, we're out.